Hello and welcome to another episode in our exploration of Othello. This time we are going into Act 3, Scene 1. We've got a green arrow this time, look at that, that's exciting. So without further ado, actually I forgot the sound effect, sorry. There we go. And let's go into the scene itself. So it's Act 3, Scene 1. There's a bit of a strange opening here actually, which might seem to you a little bit out of tone for the play. So there's a bit of comedy relief, actually. Well, I say comedy relief, comic relief here. And we've got some, well, quite frankly, it's a fairly bizarre sequence with the clown. This gets cut sometimes in a lot of versions because, yeah, tonally it just doesn't seem to fit. But Shakespeare's audience, a bit of context. I mean, they liked a bit of comedy. So even in a tragedy, they they liked some jokes, and the jokes here are actually pretty crude. It's quite an interesting little scene to see, and it does move the plot forward a bit because Cassio wants to get in with Desdemona to help get him back into Othello's favour after the alcohol incident, after the boozy fight. Crazy nights and boozy fights. Anyway, so Cassio, we've said before, he is very much like a traditional courtly lover, where he will use the sort of old-fashioned knightly kind of romance. He's a sophisticated guy. He's more old-fashioned. Masters, here I will content your pain, something that's brief, and bid good morrow, general. So he commissions some musicians to play music. And again, Shakespeare's audience would like a bit of music as well. They like a bit of comedy. They like all these things. So the musicians are playing. This is in the tradition of courtly love, of playing music for a woman that a man is attracted to who is a courtly lover. So Cassio is falls into that category. You could say that Shakespeare is generating more suspicion here about Cassio's relationship with Desdemona. That's possible as well. So it creates some suspense. We are in Act 3 after all. But then we've got this comedy character, this clown. They always call him clown. He's not necessarily dressed up like Ronald McDonald, if you've ever seen him or anything like that. But he's just the comedy character. And he comes in with, "Why, masters, have your instruments been in Naples that they speak of the nose thus?" That's my clown voice. And this is a fart joke. So he's coming in. You would imagine that it would probably be, in Shakespeare's time, a celebrity comedian. It would be a celebrity comedian coming in, and he's making some fart jokes. So, well, you stink your instruments. How so? So the musicians are really the effectively, well, this musician is the straight man in this comedy routine. He's the guy, like in a comedy double act where he's the serious one of the two, and the other one is obviously more comedic. So the musician, this is an old comedy routine, really, isn't it? It's the comedy archetype. It's a structure of, you have the straight man and the comedian. This is how it works. So he's ignorant of the fart jokes. "Are these, I pray you, wind instruments?" I marry, I can't even say it, sorry. I'm laughing so much I can barely contain myself. "I married, are they, sir?" "Oh, thereby hangs a tale." Whereby hangs a tale, sir. Now, he's moved now from the sophisticated world of fart jokes to the sophisticated world of, again, I have to phrase this delicately for YouTube, let's say male equipment jokes. Trouser equipment jokes, or more tights equipment in those days. Tights equipment jokes. So, wind instruments, the sound. I don't need to explain it, do I? I don't need to explain it. Let's forget. Let's just move on. "Marry, sir, by many a wind..." Sorry, I should do the voice. "Marry, sir, by many a wind instrument that I know." So just in case the audience didn't quite get, they could all have a good laugh. Shakespeare's he's playing to the lower part of the crowd here, the lower social part of the crowd, trying to keep their attention with some rude jokes. But master's here's money for you, and the general so likes your music that he desires you for love's sake to make no more noise with it. And that's ironic. This is a bit of irony from Shakespeare here, because he's how the clown is coming in to pay the musicians to not play outside. So you could actually link this. It's only a small point, but you could link it to the idea of perceptions of reality. You know, one person enjoys music, another person doesn't. Cassio's intending it to get Desdemona's attention because he's got this romantic idea of her. Othello lives in the real world. He's just woken up. They've been partying last night. You know, he's woken up. He doesn't want these bloody musicians outside his window. Anyway. Well, sir, we will not. If you have any music that may not be heard, to it again. So play music that can't be heard. That's effectively a paradox there. But as they say, to hear music the general does not greatly care. We have none such, sir. Then put up your pipes in your bag for all away. Go, vanish into air, away. So it's all a bit of nonsense, really. But the audience of the time would have appreciated the crude humour. Dost thou hear, mine honest friend? No, I hear not your honest friend. I hear you. And the audience would all laugh at this, because this is again, it's a very common structure of joke. Cassio is now playing the straight man, and you've got Shakespeare actually exploiting a sense of pragmatics. That's how a lot of comedy works, as in you exploit the context of the joke. In this case, the clown takes it literally. Do you hear my honest friend? No, I don't hear your honest friend. I hear you. Ha 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 ha. What, you know, hold on to your sides, because they might have split, and I'm worried about you. So hold on to them. But you could link it to the theme of deception as well, because it mentions honesty. Is this an oblique reference to Iago? Maybe. Is this ever going to go into a piece of writing? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I thought I'd mention it anyway. Prithee, keep up thy quillets. And this is effectively Cassio saying, I'm tired of your quibbles. The quillets is just an older version of the same word. Then, thank God, the clown goes. Okay, so you can put your sides back together now. Iago comes back in. In happy time, Iago. You have not been abed then? Why no, the day had broke before we parted. I have made bold, Iago, to send in to your wife my suit to her, that she would to virtuous Desdemona procure me some access. So Cassio is commissioning Emilia, who, because of the social structures of Shakespeare's time, because Iago serves Othello as a soldier, as a lower ranking officer, that means that his wife also serves Desdemona. They kind of create these parallel structures in the society because they believed in the great chain of being and everybody having their place. Then we have this idea of, I'll do these to draw them more out of the way, that your converse and business may be more free. So Iago is, again, pretending to be an ally. But this is, of course, really about, again, the theme of deception, because Iago is pretending to be Cassio's friend, but he wants to stoke up jealousy in Othello's mind. He wants Othello to think that Cassio and Desdemona are having an affair. So this is perfect. So it suits Iago to do this, but he's pretending to be the good friend that he always pretends to be. I never knew a Florentine more kind and honest. So again, that's ironic there. I mean, Iago isn't a Florentine, but he's saying, oh, you're such an honest guy, Iago. It's just poor old Cassio. Here is Emilia. Good morrow, good lieutenant. I am sorry for your displeasure, but all will sure be well. The general and his wife are talking of it, and she speaks of you stoutly. So she's acting as a spy, effectively, saying that Desdemona is putting a good word in for you. That he you hurt is of great fame in Cyprus and great affinity, because remember, he had a fight with Montano, who was in charge of Cyprus, but Othello has superseded him because his military authority, because there's a military emergency, has overtaken it. And overtaken it, that's not a word. Supplanted, that'll do as a word. Supplanted him, that's better. He might not refuse you, but he protests he loves you and needs no other suitor but his likings. Take the safest occasion by the front to bring you in again. Yet I beseech you, if you think fit, or if it may be done, give me advantage of some brief discourse with Desdemon alone. That's actually a little affectionate abbreviation there, isn't it? Actually, there is a special term for that. A diminutive is a shorter, cuter version of a name. A diminutive form. I'm just throwing that on there. Not a big point, but there you go. Pray you come in, I will bestow you. We shall. What was going on there? Right, fix that. Okay. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Pray you come in, I will bestow you there where you shall have time to speak your bosom freely. I am much bound to you. So Emilia is unwittingly part of Iago's scheming as well. So that fits under deception too. But anyway, relatively short scene there. Not as short as the next scene, mind, which I will record shortly. But, if you pardon the pun, we have all the other videos. There's other things you might like, comment, subscribe, share, notification bell, read the play, watch the play, think about the play, write about the play, all that good stuff. Goodbye for now, until the next one.